viewers, this is the show where you get answers for all your stock-related queries, and like every day, you can connect with us live on the WhatsApp number that will be flashing on your screen. But don't forget that today is Friday as well, and like always, we are getting you buy now, sell now, Pathshala. So let's go across to Kunal Bothra, who is standing by live to take us through the learnings for today. And Kunal, very good morning. Take us through what's the buy now, sell now, Pathshala topic for today.
It's a very interesting topic and something which I'm sure many of the viewers would be probably wanting to hear, that, buy on dips, is it a good strategy, a viable strategy? And if so, what are the different approaches which one can probably adopt when you're looking at buy on dips? And especially given the way the markets had corrected in the month of March, and then we've seen a stable bounce emerging for many of the mid-cap names. But then there are many of the other stocks in the mid caps and small caps which are still not gotten to that bounce territory. So I think in that aspect, this could be a very interesting strategy for many of the viewers. Now, taken two examples over here and two different approaches how we look at buy on dips, for individual stocks. Now, this is the charts for Escorts, and this is the last 1.5 to 2 years, put into 2.5 odd years of chart patterns for Escorts. And what we look out for is a coherent pattern for the stock in terms of price performance. Now, as you can see over the last 2 years, the stock has this odd tendency or habit of going into a patch of consolidation. So this was seen in the month of start of December 2022, where the stock formed a top over here, went through a grind in terms of a price wise consolidation and then a price wise correction for itself. Now, in the process of doing that, the stock came back towards retesting a major trendline support, and from here on, once the consolidation signals or the end of the consolidation signals were confirmed, you saw the stock moving up higher yet again, starting off or kick-starting fresh uptrend for the stock. This was in the start of 2023. Again, a very similar patch of consolidation or a correction for the stock. In a very similar kind of a time span, it came very close towards a retesting of the support lines, and once this consolidation was over, the stock started to move up higher. So which means that this becomes a very strong support trend line for the stock on a medium term basis. Now, why is this important? Because in the recent last 5-6 months, the stock had gone through a similar patch of correction. It fell from, I think, 3,400 levels, came back towards this key trendline support, and then from there the stock started to move up higher. So now when we look at the previous historical approaches, that it indicates that this may not be a minor trend in the making, but this could be a very strong breakout as well as a very strong buy on dips zone for Escorts and for someone who's missed out on buying the stock in the earlier phase of the rally. This becomes very, very crucial as a strategy to adopt for buy on dips approach for a stock like Escorts. Now, I've taken one more example and a different approach over here. So here, rather than looking at a trend line support, we try and place 200-day moving average as a benchmark, and then see historical tendencies that whether the stock tends to bottom out closer to this 200-day moving average. Over the last 2 years, this is the charts for Poonawalla FinCorp. We've seen this approach that whenever the stock comes closer to this 200-day moving average, the selling intensity stops, the stock consolidates, and then slowly and steadily it tends to kickstart or restart a strong uptrend for itself. So this was in the mid of 2022. This was very, in 2023 start, where the stock fell down below its 200 moving average, but this became a very good buy zone for the stock. Again, in the mid of 2023, very recently, the stock had shown signs of, again, a retest towards its 200 moving average. So all of these categories and all of these zones become very good buy and dip zones. From here, you can look to add, accumulate, or even look to buy further.
Alright, so that's an interesting strategy, and like Kunal said, hopefully all of our viewers will benefit out of that. That is buy on dip strategy. Two different approaches of how you can actually look at that particular chart or the technical analysis. Thank you so much, Kunal, as always, for joining us on BNSN Pathshala.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.